I mean, look what Jesus, the writer of Hebrews in chapter 2, writes concerning Jesus. He says, "For it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. For both he that sanctifies and they who are sanctified are all of one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren, saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren in the midst of the holy assembly of called out ones will I sing praise unto you. And again I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I and the children which God hath given me. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also partook of the same, that he might that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is, the devil, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetimes subject to bondage. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. For in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to secure them that are tempted." I mean, and this is what Paul is describing in his letters, that first of all, the strength of sin is the law, and the sting of death is sin, and it still is in 1 Corinthians 15:56. And then look at Romans chapter 6, verse 16. Know you not to whom you yield yourselves servants to obey, as servants you are to whom you obey, whether of sin unto death or obedience unto righteousness, which he who is dead is freed from sin, Romans 6:7. We enter that death in water baptism. He describes that in Romans chapter 6. And as Jesus said in John chapter 8, verses 31 through 36, if you're truly my disciples, you will remain in my word, my sayings, my teachings. And if you do remain in my word, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. The Jews thought he was talking about servitude to man, but he said he who commits sin is the servant of sin. And a servant doesn't remain in the house forever, but a son does. You know, the King James rendered it the son both times in verse 35 and 36, but he's contrasting a child with a servant. And he says, but whoever the son shall make free shall be free indeed. Paul describes that again in Galatians chapter 4.